This is like take 17, but we're gonna do it again. Let's go! Hi, my name's Phalafel, and this is part 1 of my Lynel cosplay series, where I show you how to make your own badass set of centaur horns. Oh, look at her. She's feeling herself. Looking good. So let's talk about how to build your own set of horn patterns. So some shapes are a little hard for me to recreate and conceptualize into foam. So here's a way that I cope with that frustration. I start by drawing the side view of what I want the shape to be ultimately. Then I take one length of the side view, use that length to approximately make what it would look like from the front, use the opposite end, do the same length for the back view. That way you end up with 3 pattern pieces that should roughly mimic the shape that you are hoping to achieve. You can see all the little masking tape pieces that I have because I put this together and then altered the pattern accordingly until I got the desired horn shape. Then I transferred all the pieces onto foam, and then with an X-Acto knife sharpened up, I cut into it. Now this is 1/2 inch of EVA foam from Cosplay Supplies. I put contact cement on both ends of each piece. You should let that dry for about 15 minutes. And then you start putting it all together. Time lapse is a beautiful thing. If you do need hash marks, they are super helpful. Because this is going to be covered with Worbla anyways, I kind of just bumped that and went ahead and put everything together. Cut out a strip of black Worbla from Cosplay Supply. Heat it with a heat gun so that it becomes more malleable. And then I wrap it around the base of the foam horn. And then with my fingers, I just use it to pinch at the ends and give it more of a scale type look. These little wavy patterns, and I cut into the edges so it looks a little bit more organic, and then you repeat all the way up the horn. So here's another piece of Worbla. And I'm just gonna wrap it around and then pinch and mold the sides so that it has more scale texture to it. Be careful with this, heat guns are hot. Heat guns are hot, Worbla can be hot. Just keep your fingers safe. Keep your fingers well. I really like using black Worbla for things like this. It just gives very well. There's not much fighting in it. Black Worbla, also great because when you're doing more natural and organic props, the texture is really nice. So I'm actually not going to prime this before I paint because I want it to have a little bit more of a grainy texture that's kind of similar to bone. Works out very well that way. Now from this point on, with a sponge applicator, I paint the entire horn with a couple layers of antique white from Apple Barrel. It's kind of embarrassing how much I'm out of frame doing this. So here's a couple of, you have these memes. While you can imagine what the horn looks like being painted. Jesus Christ. Now my favorite way to detail my cosplay paints is to use fabric markers. Great if you don't have an airbrush, you just use your fingers to smudge out and really blend those details into the base paint. Now I just took a regular wire hanger and I bent it so that the hook part flips right into the horn, and then bent the bottom portion to fit the shape of my head so that you could just slide the horns right on. Look at it. Oh my god, look at that horn. Look at her. She stays in place. Yes, let's go.
Boy, if you don't...
This is the wig that I styled for this cosplay. You can see right there. It's a little hard to film, the weft. You just take the hanger and you slide it right into the weft, and then you're gonna pin this down ultimately with some bobby pins once everything is on. And baby, you got yourself a set of horns. Thank you so much for watching my first cosplay tutorial video. You can follow me on my social media, Instagram, Phalafel Cosplays, Twitter, Phalafel Cosplay, because they wouldn't let me fit the S in, Facebook, Phalafel Cosplays as well. Big thanks to Cosplay Supplies for providing all of the foam and warbler used in this tutorial, and the rest of the videos in the Lynel tutorial series that I'm making. Part 2 will be making the foam breastplate. Thank you all so much again. Goodbye!